Hey, thanks for coming along on my hike today. I'm Kevin, and I'm here in Solstice Canyon in Malibu, California. And I must say, it's been a while since I've been on this trail, and they've made a lot of improvements to it over the years. They made some changes, and by changes, I mean they got rid of the riffraff. You know, the bad squirrels, the ugly snakes, the mountain lions with no personalities. So this should be a good hike. Let's take it. Joining me on my hike today, besides you guys, is a buddy of mine who I've been trying to get to come hiking with me for quite a while, but he's been really busy, so he said. But I was finally able to corner him today to come on this hike. You'll know him. You've seen his movies. You've seen him in Wes Anderson films, Woody Allen films, a lot of different films. He's so funny, so talented. He's one of the Wilson brothers. I'm not talking about the Beach Boys. Today we're hiking with Owen Wilson. When you were a kid, did you ever think you would grow up to be like a bona fide movie star?
No, of course not. You know, I loved seeing movies as a kid, but never even thought about being an actor.
I think the first time I saw you, you were with your brother, Luke, and I was hanging out at the Larry Sanders Show. Do you remember that? You guys came in for a table read or something?
I don't remember being at a table read.
Come on, try to remember.
Yeah.
Was it? It wasn't maybe it wasn't yeah, it was a table read. You guys came in, and I remember seeing you guys, and I guess Bottle Rocket had been out by then.
Yeah.
Which was a great movie, you guys.
Thanks.
And you came in, and you guys were so like laid back. You had like the Hawaiian shirts on and the flip-flops.
That's not true.
It is true.
Hawaiian shirts?
Yeah.
Really?
But you guys seemed very inquisitive and very curious, and you were drawn
Well,
to comedy.
Which is it? We're laid back, or were these, you know, nonstop questions?
No, they were lazy questions.
Lazy
though.
questions.
Lazy
Okay,
questions.
yeah.
Kind of laid back, lazy questions.
Yeah.
Like
Inquisitive, curious, just.
How long do you guys work?
Yeah.
Really? That seems like a long day. Those kinds of questions.
Yeah.
What is the character you typically play, would you say? Is it kind of like the naive guy who's trying to understand?
I feel like you kind of slipped into doing
It's
my
hard
voice
not
for
to
a
slip
second.
into your voice because it's so, I don't know if prominence the word. It's kind of like, by the end of the hike I'll have it. I'm going to be talking like you and it'll be great.
Well, I did get fired from an animated movie, and so that can make you...
Didn't have the right look?
Yeah, I know. So it's what else is there but to sort of second guess your voice. So it was nice when Cars came along and...
Lightning McQueen, man. You were the star of
Ka-chow.
Cars, man. You know how kids rewatch these things?
They haven't seen a movie once till they've seen it 50 times.
I know it. And I usually come in, and I'm not sure which one it is. I just start watching it. I don't know if it's one or two or three.
And you get sucked into it. There are movies like that no matter when you're just flipping through the channels that you'll come across and you'll end up watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
I feel like that movie, The Town, is a little bit like that. You know, the bank robbery stuff.
Yeah. That's what you'd like to play, huh? You'd like to play like a bumbling bank robber?
Well, they're not bumbling.
But I mean, that's what you would play.
I'd rather play a straight bank robber. I could do without the bumbling, but I like how you're seeing me. Could people buy me as a really intense bank robber? It's starting to feel like a mob hit. You're taking me over.
Everybody says that. They go, "Are you taking me into the woods to kill me?" But you're right, I am.
And this is a little bit like, you know, in Hawaii, like locals don't like to show their like favorite surfing spots because they don't want it to get too crowded. I was agonizing over, do I show Kevin the Solstice Canyon hike? You know, this is kind of a secret spot. You know, it's like when you were asking me where to get something to eat the other day in Santa Monica, and I said there's a little kind of locals, you know, Mexican food place, but keep it on the down low. And you loved it. It was great.
Yeah, and I got food poisoning. Thank you. Jeez. Now I feel like I'm about to be knocked off back here.
Just a little ahead, right around. Just right there, Kevin.
Just right up
Just
there.
right around the bend there. See it?
I see it.
Kind of
Man.
cruising along. I'm doing stuff.
I'm impressed, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's a little victory, right in the very beginning.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
You just kind of, I at least feel like I kind of did something.
You accomplished something.
I
already.
did. You got to think of the universe as infinite. And I think that sometimes I can get into a thing of like, oh, let me save this idea. And you shouldn't save ideas, just put them out there. And believe that they're going to keep coming.
Yeah, even though it's a false belief.
Yeah.
So you got no films lined up right now?
Nothing.
Got a couple in the can?
Nope.
I sound like an uncle. You know, Owen's in the business. You got a couple films coming out, right?
People feel a little bit self-conscious if you know, that it's like awkward if they say, what are you working on?
Yeah.
And anything coming up? Nope. Nothing.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Never again.
But it's like, what are they saying? Cool hand Luke. Sometimes nothing can be a real cool hand, right?
You are a movie guy, man. You remember quotes for everything?
Yeah, I remember working on Darjeeling Limited, and Jason Schwartzman would call me Quote Man, which I like to think he was saying in a, admiring way. But anytime you Quote Man.
Quote Man.
Is it that? Or we had yearbook quotes.
What was yours?
Mine was, lately it occurs to me what a long, strange trip it's been. Jerry Garcia. I mean, that is out of the high school senior cliche quote yearbook. And also just the idea of an 18-year-old saying, what a long, strange trip it's been.
Yeah, how do you do it?
The miles I've gone, the things I've seen. I like to think that life is either a daring adventure or it's nothing at all. You know, for the ultimate thrill, you got to be willing to pay the ultimate price, right?
Yeah, who was that? Who are you quoting?
That's actually the surfer Mark Fu.
Is it really?
Yeah, who sadly did die surfing at Mavericks, and that was his quote. He was a big wave surfer.
What do you know about this old house up here?
This house burned down in this fire in '82. Well,
Fire's bad, isn't it?
Fire's not good.
Fire's not good.
Right. But look at this. I mean, does this give you a little bit of a sort of for whom the bell tolls feeling?
Yeah.
To see that if that was, the house is I don't want to get heavy, but, if we think of this as a metaphor, where are we going to be?
Yeah, you don't want to think about that.
No.
You watch a lot of movies, don't you?
I do.
How's it going?
Is that a Labradoodle? That's a dog that didn't exist when you were.
I know.
When I was growing up, and now it's like Island of Dr. Moreau. Labradoodles. What's next? What are they gonna come up with?
Labradotson. You don't want to see that.
Yeah.
What's your Zoolander look again?
My Zoolander look would be. No, that seemed a little dazed and
No, that was
confused.
Good.
Let me
It's
try
all
it
about
again.
the person. You ever hang out with a band?
That sounds like Airplane. Do you like to watch movies about gladiators? I wasn't sure how I should. By saying yes, am I signaling to Kevin that that we're for sure gonna take the trail less traveled. Sometimes when I think about, how you're supposed to do things for your mind, like crossword puzzles are good, learning new things.
Sure.
Like sometimes you think, oh, God, it'd be good to set aside some time and learn French or something, but I don't have an aptitude for language. So sometimes when I think, what's the last new thing that I've learned, I'll think it's dominoes.
Yeah.
That game that does involve sort of math and stuff. And
See, you play dominoes differently than I do.
we play Texas. It's nines. So you pick 9 and you score by increments of 5.
Here's what I do. I set them up on their end. I knock them all over. That's the best domino game I know. Have you heard people do impressions of you?
Yeah.
And what do you think?
I
Can you
don't
hear
love
them
it.
and go, that sounds like me?
I have to just sort of, oh yeah, that's great.
But inside you're hating that person.
Not hating, I just don't love it. I just don't love it. I mean, first of all, it always sounds like they're really slowing down my voice in a way that makes me sound like, Lenny from Of Mice and Men. So it's not really It seems like the
Flattering.
way, doesn't seem that flattering, at least the way I hear myself or see myself.
Yeah.
It goes back to that bank robber and you throw in bumbling. You know, it's a bit of that. I feel like
It's been
the
a
voice
while.
imitation of me is kind of edging more towards your.
Sorry. I didn't mean bumbling, really. I just couldn't think of the right word.
But you just jumped on it. It was almost like, "Cut, Kevin, we got to go again." You can't know. You don't know that Owen's gonna say bank robbery. You gotta hear it, absorb it, and throw that in because it was like, you know, what about me as a bumbling? Like it was literally, I barely got bank robber out of my mouth, and you had just pounced on that and then tried to sort of walk it back as kind of a compliment, as if bumbling can ever be kind of a cool thing. Like, yeah, remember James Dean in that movie where he was real bumbling? Remember Clint Eastwood in High Plains Drifter? You know, the way he'd kind of drop his gun sometimes.
What I meant, not bumbling, but I meant insistent. You were like very insistent. Encouraging.
I like that. Because that taps into enthusiasm. And I always loved that word. My dad was big on that. And actually, if you take that word, the etymology, it's Greek and it's enthus, which means with God. And so I take it, I'm not particularly religious, so I take it as it's a life-affirming thing, which of course it is.
You know what? Maybe bumbling wasn't. Maybe enthusiastic wasn't the word either. I think it was instigator. You're more of an instigator. You like that?
I like that. Yeah. Which takes me back to my Chinese sign. You didn't ask me about that.
Yeah. What is it?
I was asking you. So you're the monkey.
Why do you say that so soft?
It's monkeys, you know, instigators. They're mischievous,
That's
right?
Yeah.
You know, now you're getting someplace.
Now I'm getting
now I
someplace.
feel like we're getting a scouting report that we can both live with. What makes this Owen Wilson guy tick? We're gonna
Quotes.
throw out bumbling.
Bumbling.
Insistent got my attention, but I think we're gonna land on
Enthusiastic, but
enthusiastic
then instigator.
instigator. You'd be a good spy.
How do you know I'm not a spy?
I don't. That's just it.
You'd be a good. I don't want to say bumbling spy, but you'd be a good, like instigator spy. You know what I mean?
I've got kind of a Lawrence of Arabia
You do, man. This is gonna be
type
the
thing.
opener.
I just don't love seeing a grown man wearing shorts on an airplane.
Especially if it's a pilot.
Yeah, the pilot.
It's not good. How is it working in Paris? Midnight in Paris.
I loved working in Paris,
was
and I'd been
great.
going to the city because Wes lives there.
Does
so
he?
I'd
I
been
didn't know
going for a few years and getting to know it. And when I was making the movie, I was thinking, gosh, wouldn't it be great if the movie turned out okay? Because then I'd feel like I'd, you know, always be sort of,
Connected to
welcomed back into the city as opposed to if it was, you know, just a bomb.
Do you
It's
worry
like,
about
oh,
that?
I
If
do.
Had you met Woody Allen before that movie?
I hadn't.
Was that intimidating?
I was nervous, yeah, to meet him. And I remember I met him literally just a day before we started shooting at a wardrobe test and camera test. And he asked me how my flight was. And I said, oh, yeah, it was easy flight and feel good. And he said, okay, well, this is probably the last time we'll speak.
No.
And
When a
he
director
didn't
says
talk that much to me during the shooting. But I, you know.
You were so good in that movie, man. That was such a good movie, and you were so good in it. And you almost kind of like, it seems like Woody Allen has replaced himself in movies with people that, you know, are
That's
younger.
what they say.
And you almost kind of seem to take on his persona. You know, that same kind of cadence the way he talks and stuff. I
Kind of
thought
an
it's almost like,
instigator.
in an instigating way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but never
Yeah,
bumbling.
Never bumbling.
But-
If we had to liken this height to a movie, it would be like Awakenings, because I felt like in the beginning I was a little bit, I don't want to say catatonic, but I was a little, and then I kind of came alive up on that
Just
ridge.
exploded, man. It was the
Yeah,
sun
and then it
hitting
was
you.
like gold, gold, gold. And then as we kind of get back to the parking lot, I feel like it's kind of
More silver.
drifting back. No, yeah, just drifting, right, just drifting back.
Thank you, Owen. What a fun hike. I've never heard so many quotes in my life. I'm gonna have to write them down when I get home. Man, oh man, he was so enthusiastic. And such an instigator too, wasn't he? I'm gonna give you 15,000 honorary steps today. So you don't have to walk at all for the rest of the week. You just sit in a chair, you're done. You got your steps in, thanks to me. Please subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and we will catch you next time. Happy trails.
I gotta be honest, I like to get off the trail.